What's going on, guys and girls? Rob here, and I'm going to be talking to you today about Tom Brady and why he is leaving the Patriots. Do I think it is the Patriots don't want Tom? Do I think the that Tom doesn't want to be on the Patriots? Do I think it's a mix? Well, I'll tell you what how I think about it anyway. Okay. Um, First off, Tom Brady has not been a top paid quarterback ever in his 20 years of playing in the NFL. He's never been the top paid quarterback. I think that gets to him a little bit. Number two, um, I kind of think Bill Belichick thinks that he is more the reason that they won 6 Super Bowls than Tom is. That's second thing. Third thing, I think that maybe if you look at the 2020 schedules, okay, and let me look right now at the New England Patriots schedule, okay. Um, let's first off let's look at their road games. Obviously, they play the Bills, they play the Dolphins, and the Jets. They have to play the Jets on the road. That's three. That's their division games. But this is their non-division schedule on a road. They got to go to Seattle. Okay, they got to go to the Rams. They got to go to the Chargers, and they have to go to the Chiefs, and they have to go to the Texans. Look at that. The Texans playoff team, Chiefs Super Bowl champions, Chargers a quarterback away from being a very good team. The Rams more than capable defensively against any team to hurt somebody. And then you put the Seattle Seahawks in there, okay? That's the 5 places they're playing other than their 3 divisional games. Then let's look at who they're playing at home. Well, you get Baltimore coming to New England. You get the 49ers coming to New England. You get the Cardinals coming to New England. You got the Raiders coming to New England, and you got the Broncos coming to New England. I'm telling you, folks, it is the number one hardest schedule for a reason. The 49ers they're Super Bowl team. And let's see, Cardinals, the Ravens, the Raiders. Who knows when they get another quarterback what they could do? And the Broncos, I think they've got their quarterback of the future right there. I'm telling you, even with Tom Brady, I don't think they win 8-8 hardly on that with that schedule, because you got the Jets twice, you got the Bills. The Bills are no walkover anymore, and the Dolphins. Who knows what they're going to do? I'm telling you, 8-8 would have been tough with that schedule. Now let's look at what Tampa Bay has to offer him. Okay, first off, you got to play Atlanta twice, home and away. Carolina twice, home and away, and you got the Saints twice, home and away. Not easy. Understandably, the Saints may be the toughest NFC team out there, other than the 49ers. But you add Tom Brady to the mix in Tampa, they're going to give the Saints all they can handle 2 times. I think they're better than the Falcons, and I definitely think they're better than the Panthers. Now let's see where they're going. They're going to Soldier Field in Chicago. Well, look at Chicago's quarterback situation. You gotta like Tampa there. They're going to Denver. Okay, that's one of the differences between New England and here. They're actually making a trip to Mile High. Never an easy place to go. They're going to Ford Field in Detroit. Detroit is a mess. They've been a mess the last couple of years. They go into the Giants. The Giants have no idea which ends up and which ends down. And they go into the Raiders, a team that could give them some problems. But granted, probably with Tom Brady, Tampa's a better team. Now let's see their home games. A little bit tough. They get the Packers coming in. They get the Vikings coming in. They get the Chiefs coming in, Chargers coming in, and then Rams. But they're all at home. None of these are going to the road. A tough home schedule, yes. Packers, Vikings, Chiefs, Chargers, and Rams. But you put Tom Brady on both of those two teams. Which team has the better chance of winning? And I personally think right now Tampa Bay with Tom Brady has a better chance of being a playoff team and going further in the playoffs than New England with Tom Brady with what they've got. I mean, you name two receivers they've got. You know, they don't pay for the position players, and I don't understand it. I mean, Tom is taking cut after cut after cut after cut, and now he finally just got fed up with it. That's my opinion on it. I think Tom finally got fed up and said, "Guess what? I'm going somewhere." Even if I have to take a pay cut, which I'm not even sure he's going to take one, but let's say he takes a pay cut again. But I'm going to go somewhere that I'm actually going to be able to go to the GM and say, guess what? Why don't you go out and get this guy, get this guy, get this guy, and get this guy? Okay. Now, I don't know if Edelman's under contract or not, okay? But I guarantee you that if Tom Brady had a way to get him down to Tampa, he would do it. He would do it. He is going to be, $30 million from Buccaneers is twice what he would have made in New England. And the sad part about it is, look at New England's receiving core; they absolutely suck. Tom could they could franchise tag. He could go there, be franchise tagged, and make more than he did in New England. That's the sad part. He never was franchised even. He always took a cut, and now look at New England fans, and I like New England pretty good. I don't understand this one and it's purely a power move by Belichick, purely. And Brady, and don't get me wrong, Brady may have went in there and said, "Guess what? Bye. I'm not begging you. You've done nothing. 20 years I've been here, and you've never went out aggressively. Not during the middle of the season. I mean, they went out and got IAB and got Randy Moss in the middle of a damn season. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about right at the beginning of free agency. Go out and say, look, we're going to pick this guy up. We're going to snag him. Do you think that somebody's going to say, I don't want to play for Tom Brady because I may get 90 receptions? Who in there? Who's an idiot? Who's a fool? Trust me. Tampa has a decent receiving core anyway. Better than most. I guarantee you, by the start of 2020 season, whether it's in August, whether it's in October, whether it's in December, I will bet you this. Their receiving core will be better than it is right now. I'll bet you on that. We will know some of these guys. Jimmy Graham now is a free agent. Jimmy Graham, I don't know how much he's got in the tank left, but Jimmy Graham is a free agent. And trust me, he can catch a ball if it's thrown to him. And Tom can still throw a ball. Now, obviously, I don't know the situation of the offensive line for Tampa. But Tom obviously liked the situation there because he had the personal choice of going anywhere he wanted to go. And he immediately, obviously he can't go public and say, well, I've been talking to these guys for a month. But do you really think they've not been talking? Do you think he just came out of the woodwork Sunday and decided, well, here's my pen. I think I'll just go to Tampa? Really? Really? Who buys that one? Trust me. There have been some there's been some dinners involved, there have been some talks involved, and I'm sure there have been some visits involved. And it's all Tom must have wanted to go down, down where it's warm. That's a big advantage. He don't have to worry about any snow. Let's see, does he even have to worry about any snow games the whole season? Let me see. Tampa on the road, going to Vegas. Going to the Giants, could see some snow there. Going to New Orleans, dome. Detroit, dome. Going to Denver, could see some snow. Going to Chicago, could see snow. Carolina, who the hell knows? Probably not any snow. We didn't see any this year. Yeah, and Atlanta, like we said. So he's going on the road to, let's see how many domes. 1, 2, 3, 4 domes on the road. How about that? You tell me what you want to tell me. Some things come into play. When he goes on the road with Tampa, when he would have went on the road with New England, he'd had to visit Buffalo. Okay, Kansas City. Has anybody ever seen Kansas City in the wintertime? Oh, it snows. Let's see, where else? The Jets. We know it can snow there. Seattle, it can rain, do anything there. Then, of course, you got Miami and 2 times to L.A. I mean, that's unheard of, having to make 2 West Coast trips in the same season to the same area, Carson and then L.A. For the Chargers and the Rams. Obviously, they'll spread that out over the season. They will not. Charlotte got slammed with rain last. Oh yeah, they got a lot of rain, but we hadn't got any snow. What's up, Sean? We hadn't gotten a bit of snow. We didn't. I'm north of Charlotte. We didn't even get an inch. Down below us a little bit, yeah, they got some snow, but they didn't get over 2 or 3 inches of snow. But where I'm located, we did not receive 1 full inch of snow. Sean knows the area well. Sean's area, ask him. They may have gotten a snow day or 2 just because they were expecting it. But we really never got any snow here in this area that messed the roads up. We never did the whole winter. We just had 8 straight days of rain. Our mountains have snow on them again. Today here, it's about 60, something like that. Yeah, Robert Kraft was crying. Tom, they called his bluff. They called Tom Brady's bluff. Tom Brady, I guarantee you, went in there and told him, look, you're going to find me some weapons or I'm going. Bye. And people, what I loved was this, and I've been telling my wife for the last 3 months, ever since the Super Bowl, he's leaving. I don't think he's going to stay. And then I didn't watch a Super Bowl commercial where he came out and said something about I'm staying put. I'm staying put. What's up, Phantomatic? What's up, Derek? I said all along I thought he'd be leaving. Now, I didn't think he'd go to Tampa. I'll admit that. I didn't think he'd go to Tampa. I really thought he was either going to Vegas or Chargers, one of the 2. But I understand Tom Brady here, okay? And I know I have some people in the channel that are from New England, but understand his point for a minute. He's never been the highest paid quarterback ever in his career, 20 years. And you tell me, in that 20-year span, who's been better? And if you tell me Manning, either Manning, I'm going to look and laugh in your face, okay? Eli Manning has 2 Super Bowls and has a 500 record. Peyton Manning has 2 Super Bowls, and one time he couldn't walk. He had to have crutches. I mean, come on. He was using a walker to get to the field. Yeah, if he didn't have a running game, he wouldn't have won that Super Bowl. Who out there in the last 20 years has been a better quarterback than Tom Brady? Philip Rivers? Philip Rivers? Zeros. All right. Philip Rivers' biggest win was, somebody's got to go look it up. No. Tom Brady's been the best quarterback in the last 20 years. In 20 years, he's went to 9 Super Bowls. So that means half of the time he hasn't been watching the Super Bowl. He's been playing in the damn thing. Troy Aikman, no. Come on. Come on. You know what I'm saying? And I love this one. I love this. Well, Montana won 4. He went 4 times and won 4. Yeah, he went 4 and won 4. That's right. Tom's went 9. 9. Double it up, Hoss. Double it up and add one more. Yeah, 9. We have never seen anything like this. And 50 years from now, they're going to look back and still say, guess what? My dad or my granddad watched this guy play. You know, and they'll be able to watch him with all of the great tape we have now and videos and all that type of stuff. But, you know, to think for a second, he's going down to Tampa to back somebody up, or he's going down there for his retirement tour and he's hoping to get 25 touchdowns. BS. I'm telling you, don't be surprised if a guy gets 40 touchdowns this year and throws 10 interceptions. Don't be surprised, because he's got weapons. He's got the system, and on top of that, he's got the weather. He may see some rain, but my God, look what he used to see up in New England all the time. The field is an awesome field. It's one of the better turf fields out there, and they play Super Bowls there. In fact, didn't they just play the Super Bowl in Tampa? I think he just played it there. I'm telling you, if you're going to leave New England, you probably couldn't have picked a better field to play at. Now, he could have got more weapons in LA with the Chargers. I don't know that situation, but we don't know what he was offered. Winston's gone. Winston's crying, and so is Cam Newton. Cam Newton's give his walking papers too. They've both been given their walking papers. Bye. And rightfully so. Tell me something either one of them's done in the last 5 years. Jameis Winston threw 30 interceptions last year. Hell, they could have picked up anybody off the street to do that. I don't blame them a bit. Not a bit. Teams are getting smart to the point. We probably won't put that up there. But teams are getting smart to the point they're not going to give you $25 million to get out here and pitch a ball around the park. They're not going to do it. Look at the kid from the Raiders. He was supposed to be the next All-Pro for the next 10 years. Derek Carr, look what he did. Derek Carr, I'm hearing Derek Carr's getting his walking papers very soon too. Teddy Bridgewater, right. Who needs it, Derek? I'm with you. Teddy Bridgewater kept his mouth shut, went out and played 6 games last year, went 6-0, shut his mouth, never said one word, never went public one time and said, well, I'm getting treated like shit. No, he kept his mouth shut. He went on free agency. First day, he goes to Carolina and gets all the money. I'm happy for him. I don't know who else is, but I'm very happy for him. I'm very happy for him. Teddy Bridgewater did everything right. He went out, did his job when asked. When he had a chance to leave, got his offer from Carolina, jumped on it. Yeah, top 2 picks in the 2016 draft are now gone. Yeah, but let's be for real about the situation. Cam Newton has been a prima donna his whole career. It's always been about Cam Newton. All you had to do was see him running around the field, and he thought he was the thing going on. That's always been his thing. Jameis Winston, he just was a troublemaker from the start. When he was in Florida State, he was in trouble. I didn't understand the draft pick when they made it. Tampa, you can't believe right now that what the Tampa front office is thinking, getting Tom Brady. It's like a gold mine walking into your office saying, how about if I sign here? Yeah. Yeah. Tom comes walking in the office. I think, have you got a pen? Here's 20. Pick your one you like, Tom. As long as it doesn't have disappearing ink, we don't care which one it is. Come on. You can have the dumbest, most idiotic front office out there. But if you look a man in the eye and say, look, how do you like our team? All right. What can we do to make it better for you? Okay, that's fine. Who do you want us to go get? Give us a list. All right. He makes a list of 10 guys. All right. We'll promise you we get 3 of them. Okay. Good enough. Bill Belichick wasn't that way. Bill Belichick was like, Tom, toe the line. And Tom toed the line the whole time he was there. He's it's well known that Tom Brady was one of the first ones to practice, and he was out there every day trying as hard as he could from year 1 to year 20. Now, I'm not going to say he needs to shy away from that. He probably needs to keep that work ethic going if he still wants to be the best. But so, what's up, Brandon? Welcome to the channel. Brand new sub to the channel, Brandon Jewell. Thanks a lot. Been out of town for a few days. I just got back. Brandon, welcome to the channel. All you guys out there, welcome Brandon. He's the newest subscriber to the channel. Yeah, Tom Brady simply wanted some respect. Come on. Thank you. We appreciate it, Brandon. You hang around. Hey, anytime you got questions for anybody, do it. Shoot them out there. Brady wanted respect, man. Brady wanted respect. I mean, yeah, I love this one. I wonder who's the reason they won 6 Super Bowls, or the reason they went to 9. I can tell you one thing. They won 5. Didn't they win 5 by like 3 points or by 4 points or less? With a questionable quarterback, would you have done that? And in fact, with a questionable quarterback, would you even been there? Okay. A lot of times you got to look and see the guy. A lot of times you got to look and see the guy on the field simply progressing. And Tom Brady was always the cool cat. Okay. All right, guys, let's do this. Okay, guys, let's do this. Now, obviously, when the guy made the interception at the goal line, where against Seattle, he wasn't. That was a loss. They really should be 5-4. They should have 5 rings. But the guy at Seattle, Russell Wilson threw that ball right there at the 1-yard line and got an interception. Then Tom went nuts. Then, yeah, that's the one time I remember Tom really going crazy. And who wouldn't? If you were a Patriot fan, you went nuts. DeAndre Hopkins, obviously there's something there with Houston. that we don't know about. Houston also picked up a new receiver too, and they wanted that running back. And didn't they get a second and a third? Houston did all right there, maybe. We don't know DeAndre Hopkins. First off, we don't know DeAndre Hopkins' physical situation, and number two, compare him to who they ended up getting. I don't know how good that receiver is, but I heard he's pretty good. They just picked up a new receiver, so if that's what you're doing, pretty much getting rid of one receiver, getting another one, getting getting a running back, and then getting two or three receivers. Yeah, something could have happened, but still, it looks like to me the Texans did okay because they ended up getting Johnson, a second, third, and a fifth or something. If the receiving core is still fine, all those picks, they'll add up to something. O'Brien's got a temper anyway. He was in Penn State as soon as all that crap went down at Penn State, and they couldn't get him out of town quick enough. But yeah, O'Brien, I never liked him at Penn State. And I really don't. I'm not crazy about him in Houston. Really not. I've had people ask me, am I surprised Tom didn't go to Nashville or to Tennessee? I am. I really am. Randall Cobb. Okay. All right. Yeah. He's a good receiver. I'm surprised he didn't go to Nashville, to play for Tennessee. I really think that would have been a better fit for Tom than where he's at. Ryan Tannehill, they didn't show, to me, Tennessee didn't show a lot of faith in Ryan in their playoff loss. He said one of his big preferences was warm weather. Are you talking about Tom? Tennessee's not too bad. That's not too cold though. We need to go ahead and sign this. Brandon, you talking about Tom Brady going to Tampa being warm weather. Tennessee isn't bad though. Tennessee's actually a nice ballpark to play in. Plus, find a better running game. My Lord. If you want a lot of pressure off of you as a quarterback, how about if you got the best running back or one of the best running backs one of the best running backs in the NFL and 5 great offensive linemen. They have the offense. If they had a couple receivers, which their receiving core is not terrible, but if they could upgrade receiver just a little bit, my goodness. But Tannehill, to me, I think Tennessee has a better team too. Tannehill, to me, just is an average quarterback. He had a great year, but when it came down to pressure time, he couldn't throw the ball. And I have been slayed at the grind on this one about Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is a good quarterback. Won the MVP, yes. Do I think he's a great quarterback? No, I don't. No, I do not. I think Lamar Jackson has a hell of a lot more to prove than just going out there one season. They could easily go 7-9 this year. Don't think you got to prove to me that you can put the ball in the air and throw it for 4,000 yards. And Tennessee eliminated Brady. Oh yeah, Tennessee eliminated Brady. And then they hit the roadblock with Kansas City. Oh yeah. Yeah, because they went in. Tennessee went in to Baltimore, and they beat Baltimore's ass. They beat them offensive line, defensive line, both ways. And Lamar Jackson looked lost in that game. They really did. He really did. I'm telling you, Lamar Jackson, to me, has got some stuff to prove this year. And Rob, he won the MVP. He won the MVP, yes. But over a 16-game schedule, Pittsburgh look where Pittsburgh was last year. Cleveland and Cincinnati, right? All three of those teams, none of them were to write home about last year. This year, Roethlisberger could be back. Cleveland's going to be better. Those running quarterbacks, one play away. Yeah, they're one play away from being out for good. Yeah, Cincinnati. If they get Burrow, they get Burrow and a couple of good offensive linemen. Who knows what that team can do? Their defense is already pretty good. Get Burrow in there, a couple of offensive linemen, get some kind of running game for him. Who knows? A lot of people saying, well, if they can win 5 games next year, I'm going to tell you right now, Joe Burrow goes in there and they protect Joe Burrow, they're going to win more than 5. They're going to win more than 5. They have a last place schedule. They're going to win more than 5. They're going to play Cleveland twice. Who knows what Cleveland's got? Cleveland, last year, everybody was picking him to go to the Super Bowl. Right? Remember that, guys? Remember that one? Who would win a big race? A race, Big Ben and Tom Brady. Tom Brady's already won the big race, 9-2. 9-2. He's been to 9 Super Bowls and Ben's been to 2. Or you can call it 6-2 if you want to call winning the Super Bowls. Okay, that's the only race you worry about if they're a quarterback. I'm not worried about them. I'm not worried about anybody that can go out there and run a 4.3 40. I'm worried about a guy who can throw for 4,340 yards. If he's able to run out of the pocket and get out of the way, great. But I want him to win. I want him to win. And that's the big thing there with Brady. He brings a winning attitude to this team. Whatever Tampa did, they better go to their front office guy and say, guess what? Job well done. Whether he went and talked to Tom personally, whether he, I agree. I think Joe Burrow can be the next biggest quarterback from Tom Brady. I think he's the best quarterback to come out since Tom Brady. I agree. He's got all the movements. I always liked Matt Stafford, but what the hell happened to Matt Stafford? I don't know. Matt Stafford, 6'6", 240, throws a 50-yard bomb accurately, and has never amounted to anything. Matt Stafford, to me, is the biggest bust. Yeah. Matt Stafford, to me, is the biggest bust there's been, because I actually thought he was a good quarterback. Mitchell Trubisky is not a bust. Mitchell Trubisky is a sucky quarterback playing on a sucky team, and they've got an idiot as general manager. Stafford just couldn't win. He wasn't clutch at all. He couldn't win anything though. He just couldn't. He couldn't put a team on his shoulders and go. But Trubisky, look at some of these quarterbacks out there right now. Dwayne Haskins, you don't know what to expect with Dwayne Haskins. The kid in the Giants, who knows what he's going to do? The kid for the Bills, Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen looks like has all the talent in the world. Watch out though. He could be another Tannehill. One team to the other here for long. The kid for the Broncos could be a great one. Garoppolo. I liked Garoppolo last year. I actually thought they were going to win the Super Bowl, but he's got a learning curve to go to. But they've got to get to that point to where a coach is like, okay, look, I'm going to open the cage and I'm going to let you. How do you think Tua will do? I'm scared about Tua. I'm a Redskins fan, and I do not want Tua. I don't want Tua. I think he got hit twice last year and pretty much done him away right there. Do you not think he's going to get hit in the NFL? It's not a perfect pocket there all the time. He's going to run some, and he's going to get popped. He's got good speed. He's got good speed. He doesn't have Clemson quarterback speed, and he's not as big. Although, personally, and this is just me, guys, I think Lawrence could have come out this year, and I still like Burrow better. That's me. I like Burrow better than Lawrence. I like Lawrence better than Tua, but I like Burrow better than both of them because Burrow on one leg, when he's running down the pocket, can throw the ball. He looks more to me a mix of Brett Favre, kind of just, underhanded, whatever way he's got to do it, and Aaron Rodgers both. He looks like a mix of both of those guys. He can kind of go back, looks like he's, set, throw the ball, sidearm it, whatever he has to do and get the ball out. It actually looks, he looks like a gazelle doing it. He doesn't look like a llama doing it, He looks like he looks contained and he can run the ball too if he had to. That's the thing. I've always said this about a quarterback in the NFL. You do not run for a living. You throw for a living. You run as the backup plan. And that's a problem right there with some of these quarterbacks they got now. The kid out in Arizona, the kid in Baltimore. It's only a matter of time. You've got a ticking time bomb. And then before a knee, an elbow, an arm, a leg, something's going to give. And then you got a coach you got to look at and be like, okay, why the hell did you do that? You just cannot do that. Look at Randall Cunningham. Randall Cunningham was one of the best runners ever, but name the biggest win he ever had. Because guess what? The further you go into playoffs, the more the defenses are in the middle and they're coming after you. And they're bigger guys, San Francisco, Kansas City, and they're faster. It's just a matter of time before these guys are going to get clobbered. And I know Baltimore. I hear Baltimore fans now saying, this is our year. And Arizona fans, we're going to win 10, 12 games this year. More power to you. You're just one hit away from going to, Cam Newton. He might be your backup. Or Jameis Winston. He might be your backup. It's just that simple, guys. You need somebody that can stay in the pocket, run around maybe out a little bit out of the pocket, elude defenders, get rid of the football, and then live to see another play. Don't be too proud to take a sack. A sack, if you know the sack is coming, bend down, fall down, take a sack, lose 15 yards, get booed for 5 seconds, go back out and throw the ball for 30 yards and get cheered. That's all you got to do. But the problem is some of the guys that run aren't seeing who the hell's hitting them. That's the problem. The train's coming from the north and you're running east. And the next thing you know, you're going southwest. That's just the way it works. And it just doesn't add up. But look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady, over 20 years, one season there, had that knee injury. And if you look and see where it was at, it was a guy coming down. He'd already failed and got him right at the knee when he went forward. A freak accident. Sooner or later, you will get injured. If you run a lot, no way of getting around it. So I'm always afraid of running quarterback. That's just me. Yeah. That's the way I feel too. I don't want to run in quarterback as my quarterback. Now, if you're able to elude people, Aaron Rodgers, you're able to avoid people, get down to the sideline and run out of bounds, I have no problem with that. But when you pick in middle of the field and decide, guess what? That's the quickest way to the end zone. It's also the quickest way to the hospital. It is. It's the quickest way to the hospital. Dirty hit or no dirty hit, okay? And I hear all this stuff, well, Um, um, what was his name for the Eagles? Um, damn, what's his name? He got hit. He got hit illegally. You know, he was on his way to the ground, and the guy, you know, he hit him illegally. Guess what? When the ball is in your hands, there's a good chance. Carson Wentz, that's his name. Carson Wentz. There's a good chance you're going to get hit, and it's not always going to be the cleanest hit. Okay, nobody can promise that, but it was close enough to where they didn't kick him out of the game. And I'm talking about the guy from the Texans. They didn't kick him out of the game. If it's that close and New York didn't kick you out of the game, you can damn well bet they're trying to put a point across to your quarterback. Guess what? Get rid of the ball. Get rid of the football. Don't be a clown. And that's Carson Wentz's problem right there. Carson Wentz has never been a guy who could drop back 5 steps and throw a football, 7 steps and throw a football. He can drop back 3 steps, throw a 12-yard out. He can drop back 3 steps and throw a 15-yard in, or he can run a football. You know real quick, and when he's standing there, he's either going to do some little dink dunk or whatever like that. And that's Carson Wentz for you. You get somebody who can drop back 5 steps, 7 steps. You don't know whether they're going to throw the ball 3 yards, 30 yards, or 50 yards. They are a lot more deadly. Even if it's a dirty hit, you have an injured starting quarterback in your Super Bowl dreams in there. Nobody, the backup can win the Super Bowl. Well, unless his name is Nick Foles. Nick Foles he actually has a statue outside of Philadelphia, outside of Lincoln Financial Field, the Nick Foles statue. Then the next year, you decided not to sign him. You tell me that one. You tell me that one, folks. The guy got you through the playoffs, and he takes you to the Super Bowl. He wins the Super Bowl, the first one you've ever won as a team. You got a trophy. You got a statue outside of him, and then you got to choose between him and the other guy. You better believe there were a lot of people in Philadelphia pissed, because I lived there for 12 years. There were a lot of pissed people in Philadelphia. Folks are doing pretty good. Thank you for asking, Derek. Let me give you guys a little bit of they're right. He wasn't typical. They're actually not. Me and my wife, we just got back from Williamsburg, Virginia. Okay. A lot of things on lockdown, a lot of places closed, this, that, whatever. We just pretty much just did our own thing, traveled around. I do a lot of things kind of like picking. I don't know if you guys have ever seen American Pickers or not. I actually got 2 or 3 bags of stuff over there. I don't know if you guys are interested in seeing it, but I do a lot of picking when I go places. How much would you like for this? How much would you like for this? Whatever. And I end up finding stuff, a lot of times pretty good stuff. Sometimes I'll jump to one person that's treasured somebody else. So we went Sunday, just got back today lunchtime. My parents, they're down there now. They're still down there. And one of my other brothers and his wife's going down there, going to meet up with them, and then they're coming back Sunday. So Mom, originally the heart situation, they found out it's like gastro. It's digestive type stuff. So they've given her some medicine. She seems to be doing better. So, and we definitely ate while we were down there. Oh my goodness. We found some good places to eat down in Williamsburg. There are some excellent restaurants. If you've never been down there, it's right there around the Busch Gardens area. There's a lot of good restaurants down there. I can actually, if you guys ever decide to go that way this year, I can actually give you some names of some places, primo places to eat. I mean, they are some good places, and we enjoyed our food. Yeah, Williamsburg is very nice. It is. It's nice. It's pretty calm. William and Mary was out of school because of the virus. A lot of places were closing early and stuff because of the virus. We still went around, looked around, went riding, and like I say, I did a little bit of picking and stuff. And I did pretty well. Oh, really? All of our restaurants shut down except for carryout. Um, we went to McDonald's on the way in, and we had to go. We could go inside, but you just couldn't sit inside and eat. You can go inside and get it, but couldn't eat it. Would you guys like to see a couple of the things? I mean, it's just you may look at it and say, "Well, it's nothing I would really want," but I thought I did pretty well with some of the stuff I ended up getting. But a couple of toys, couple of jerseys, couple of jack coats. Okay, guys, show it to you. All right, let's do it. All right. Let's see what we got here. Okay. All right. All right. You guys know I'm a Redskins fan. I actually came across this one. I was pretty surprised. I came across this. Yeah. And I actually made an offer on it, and I actually he didn't want the person. They didn't want as much as I was going to pay for it. So I did real well with that. So I got a real good deal on that. Now Sean's looking. Sean's looking up Riggins. He doesn't know who Riggins is. All right, let's see. Baseball, football. Let's see. What do we want? Let's stick with football. I actually got something else. Washington here. It's got their it's got their the Reebok emblem there. Got the Redskins there. He says, I know him. NFL emblem there. Yeah. That coat. Nice size coat. It really is. That's a large size one. Yeah. But I thought it was in nice shape, so I ended up getting that. Got another coat. How about the World? No. How about the NCAA champions? Yeah, he wasn't running back. How about the NCAA champion? University of Virginia Cavaliers. Oh. Got that. It's got, I think it's not, is it Nike? Yeah. Got the swoosh emblem. We got that on the arm. And back of it. Pretty cool. Let's go with the World Series champs. How about that? How about that? Stitches jacket. One sleeve. One sleeve just has that. And then one sleeve has a DC, kind of like your practice batting jerseys have. There it is. Yeah. But Washington Nationals. I'm not a big Nats fan, but I thought that was a pretty cool looking jacket. Find somebody that wants it. And we got a baseball. Arch enemy. You guys know who I like in baseball. But found a Cooperstown collection there. It's out of it's the Yankees. It's pretty much just a rain jacket, just a rain type jacket. Pretty cool. Another jersey somewhere. Here it is. Hockey jersey. Shout out to Dave Gardner. Shout out to Dave Gardner. When I was down in Williamsburg, just a few miles down the road, Hampton. And Hampton Roads has a team called the Admirals. So, and now they are an Oilers club. Oilers, and then they go by that Hampton Roads Admirals, and it's got that on the front of it. I think that's pretty cool looking too. So, yeah, I got a lot of stuff. I got some toys too. I picked up, and so we'll see if some of the stuff I find some interest in it from some people. If I do, that'll work out well. I may even keep a jacket, or even the Riggins jersey. I may even keep a Riggins jersey. I was a big Riggins fan. Uh, if you were a Redskins fan, you know him back in 83. He was a big part of the reason they ended up winning the Super Bowl. Good evening, Amish Elvis, the man of grace, intellect, and creativity. Amish Elvis must have gotten sick in the last couple of days. Not me. No, Rob is the one that hopes for the best, wishes for the best, and rolls the dice and hopes Snake Eyes doesn't bite him in the butt. We were talking about Tom Brady. Riggins on 4th and 1 in the Super Bowl versus Dolphins. Exactly right, Derek. And he ran counter gap, left tackle. One of the cornerbacks, actually safety, had a chance to tackle him, grabbed him by the jersey, and he ran. A lot of people say it was like 50 yards. It's like 30 yards, all it was, 35 yards, something like that. But that did them in. 27-17. Redskins win their second Super Bowl. Was it their first Super Bowl? That was their first Super Bowl. It was their first win as a Super Bowl. They lost to the next year to the Raiders. Jack Squirick. Anybody remember Jack Squirick? Had the game of his life against the Redskins in that Super Bowl. But the Dolphins, they were outmatched. They were outmatched in that game. They really were. Killer Bees, Theismann, Williams, and one were ripping. And the one with Williams, boy, oh boy. Anybody ever seen a quarter like a second quarter against the Broncos there? 35 points. They go down 7 points early. Oh my goodness. And this team from Denver means business, boys. They're up 7-0 on the Redskins. 17 minutes later, it was 35-7. Williams threw for 300 yards in the second quarter. He was throwing the ball around a lot all day. They could have put 70 on him. They put the brakes on him in the second half. It was 42-14, something like that. But I mean, they just beat the crap out of that team. They put a pounding on them. They really did. Yeah, the Doug Williams one, ripping 91. He threw well. He played well, but that was Timmy Smith, wasn't it? I think that was Timmy Smith's Super Bowl. Rippins. I believe it was. I think. Or was Timmy Smith also running for the Redskins when they had Williams? I don't forgot. Timmy Smith ran for 200 and some yards. That was crazy. Never had a 100-yard game in his career and ran for 225 or whatever. I think it was in 91. I think it was with Rippon. But Doug Williams didn't need any help at all. He beat the crap out of the Broncos that day. That was just bad. But yeah, Riggo was always one of my favorite. Yeah, he had a great Super Bowl. Hell, you never heard him before it. And I mean, he played a little bit in the playoffs, but not really a lot to run with, and then disappeared. that is one I never could make a lot of heads or tails about, because I was like, sign him for 4 years. And then the next thing you know, you didn't even hear of him again. So I don't know whether he got in trouble. So, that's when they used to sweep things under the rug and you didn't hear about him again. But that was one guy I never seen him play again. But in fairness, though, if you go back and look at some of those runs, any running back in the NFL could have ran for 140 that day. He ran for 220, but I don't care what running back was at. They were making table wide holes so he could run by there and not even get touched for 5 yards. So that's in that's in fairness to the running to the offensive line. And they always had a good offensive line every time they went to the Super Bowl. Always. Always a good defensive backfield. Their main thing are their linebackers. Most of the time, their linebackers were just but their defensive line and defensive backs were always pretty good every time they went to the Super Bowl. But they need a lot right now. The Redskins do, including the general manager. They got rid of Allen, but the owner needs to get himself a GM and say, okay, look, know what you're doing and make me some good picks. I heard a lot of people talking about Mike Mayock last year. I should be the GM. No, I shouldn't. No, I shouldn't. I would pick people with my heart. See, I would have went and got Tom Brady. I would have went and gotten Tom Brady. I'd have been like, okay, look, Tom, what would you like here in Washington? Okay, I can give you everything but president. I can give you vice president if that's what you want. Yeah, Mayock with the Raiders. I like him. Yeah, but a lot of people didn't like that choice. I liked it. But if I was a GM in the Redskins, I'd be like, you want to be vice president? We can work that out in 4 years. Right now, let's get you a Super Bowl title. What would you like? Here's the menu. You tell me what you want. I'll go after them. You help me out, even if you have to go visit with them or whatever. Okay, we'll do that. How much money do you want? Open the vault. That's the way I would have done it. Hell, he's a better option than most quarterbacks out there, guys. So why not? and if in the process it makes you look like a good GM, all the better. All the better. I think Belichick looks like a bully here. I really do. Belichick, every minute that goes by, he's looking more and more like a bully. And have you heard what he actually said about Tom? We lost the best quarterback ever in the NFL. He never said that one time when he was in New England, ever. Hell, Tom couldn't even get a game ball from Belichick when he was his coach. But as soon as he left town, yeah, we lost the best quarterback ever to Tampa. Is that saving face? Or is that just being a bully? Personally, I think it's a little bit of both. And I think if you want to pick which one's going to have a better season, you tell me. You look at New England. You bring in Stafford. Bring in Big Red. What's his name? Dalton. Bring in Dalton. Bring in Cam Newton. Bring in Jameis Winston. Bring in whoever you want to. Bring them into New England and let them be the quarterback. Let Tom go to Tampa Bay. You tell me who's going to have a better season. Who's going to go further this year? Belichick with that team, Tom with that team. You guys pop up here and tell me in live chat what you think. Tom Brady with his team right now. Now things could change. We know that. But Tom in Tampa, maybe some more pieces getting done. Or who knows? Might want to remove that one. Clean that one up, Sean. Clean that one up. I don't want to take moderator from you. I just want to clean that one up. Thank you. Yep, we got to get going. So I'm not going to be here for the next little bit. So leave messages down below. Who's going to have the better year? Brady, Tampa, Belichick, New England. I've said it. I've said it right now. I think Tom Brady is in a win-win situation. I think he's in a better team. He's in a better climate. And Sean says, hi, Miss Rob. How about that? She says hello. She's real quiet. She's now reading. I think he's in the best situation right now. Maybe not the best of all, but he's in a better situation than you. But I think he can win 10 or 12. I really do. They got a real tough home schedule. But do you think Tampa's not going to sell out every game now? 8 home games. Tom Brady is your quarterback. People, I mean, just like people would have went to Vegas to see Brady, people will go to Tampa. People will think, okay, let's go down, 2 weeks before Christmas. Let's go to Tampa and go watch Tom Brady play quarterback. Do you not think so? It's 8 sellouts, folks. I'm going to promise you that. It's going to be 8 sellouts. Will New England? You tell me that one. And I'm telling you, I don't care who your quarterback is. That's not a guaranteed sellout with that team. No way. No way. Now, you're going to have you're going to have some of the hard-headed New England Patriot fans saying, well, now we really get to go to business, Come on. Think for a second. Tom Brady sold a lot of damn seats in that stadium. And whoever you got as quarterback, you better hope he can do half as well. So I say Brady. I'm going to say Brady goes 11-5 this year. And I'm going to say New England is going to go 5-11. I think New England is going to have one hell of a hard time. And then people are going to look back at Tom and be like, guess what? Even if he just goes in and wins one playoff game, doesn't go to the Super Bowl, they're going to still look at him and say, wow, probably not a bad pick. Okay. Till I see you again, my name is Rob. Thanks so much for coming to my channel. Sean, Derek, you're thinking Tampa 9-7, 6-10 for New England. Okay. I think Tampa's going to be better than most people. I think Tampa's going to beat Carolina twice. I think they're going to beat Atlanta twice. And they're going to beat some of those. They're going to go on the road and win 2 or 3 games. And then at home, they may have a little bit of problem. But if you add them up, I think maybe you get 10 or 11 out of it. I think they can do it. We'll see. Thanks a lot to Amish Elvis, New England 0-10. The other 6 games he's not counting. Thanks to Brandon Jewell, brand new subscriber to the channel. You guys be cool to him. And any questions you got, any statements you got, get back to me. I won't be back in touch with you for a couple hours. When I get home, even if I'm not online, I will answer anything that I possibly can. Till I'll see you again. My name's Rob. Thanks for coming, joining my live stream. And until I see you again, thanks a lot and God bless. Have a good one, guys.